This is the Omega Speedmaster MKII. So this is an unboxing, but in all honesty, I've owned this watch for about 2 years. I'm gonna walk you through what you get with the watch and what that unboxing looks like, and then I will give you a quick review of my 2 years with the watch. So when you get your shipment from Omega, or you pick it up at the dealer, this is the way it comes. They might take all this off for you, but I bought mine online. So there's that big beautiful white Omega box. Inside the outer white box we have the classic overdone Omega watch box. I love it. Having it come in this beautiful package really amps up the experience. With this, it comes with the operating instructions, and no one will ever read this tome. It's thicker than the Bible. And then a service and warranty card holder. So in the box itself, you can see there's a beautiful little inlaid Omega logo, and then there is a button. It says Omega, Swiss made since 1848. So you have to push that little button to release the top, and then you get this gorgeous presentation. That is the MKII Speedmaster. Now this is the reissue of the MKII Speedmaster. The original MKII came out in the 70s. It was what Omega had designed to replace the original Speedmaster for manned spaceflight, and NASA decided they didn't want to go through all the testing to qualify a new watch. So they still built it. Omega still built it and still sold it. This happens to be the racing dial version of it, which they also made in the 70s rather than the black dial. In current production, they make this one, they make the black dial, and they also make an Olympic dial, which has 3 gold rings around the sub-registers. So let's get it out of the box. They have a little hidden compartment here, and you get your warranty card, and then you get, I put all my tags in here, so the tags that came on the watch when I initially purchased it, a little bag to keep all this stuff in, branded Omega, and you get a pusher, and I'll show you what the silicone pusher is for in a moment. So let's get this out of the way. Beautiful, beautiful box. The standard for kind of entry-level luxury. I love this thing. People resell them for quite a bit online. So if you really just want the box, you can buy it. It's going to cost you about somewhere around $100, $150. Let's put all this away. So the watch itself, it is a 3-register chronograph. This, you can see I have worn it, like I said, for 2 years now. And so she shows her share of battle scars. I don't baby any of my watches, and this one is no exception. It's a thick watch. I'll throw the dimensions up on the screen for you here now, but it wears big. It is big. 42 diameter, plus some monstrous thickness, and a pretty thick clasp too. So you'll see 6 o'clock date, 30-minute counter here, 12-hour counter at the bottom, running seconds, tachymeter scale. Give it a little click. Great feedback. It's a column wheel chronograph. It is coaxial. This is not one of their full in-house movements. This is actually a movement based on the 7750, the Valjoux 7750. And so, although it's coaxial, it has been converted to function for coaxial. So that's the start. There's your stop. There's your reset. It's quick, it's crisp, it's beautiful. The orange is wonderful. This gray dial it just shimmers under different light. I mean, you can see it right there. The registers are slightly recessed, and you can actually see that dish where the indices are on the inside of the register. So it dishes down, and then you've got those beautiful chronograph registers and sub-second. The tachymeter scale on this one is loomed, and so the way they do this is that the scale is printed on the underside of the sapphire crystal, then there's loom printed underneath that, and then there's this great orange ring, and so you can see the dial actually reaches underneath where you can't see, so the dial reaches underneath this tachymeter scale and touches that ring on the outside of the watch. And what that really does is you get these shimmers of orange along the outside of the dial. Now, the original model had orange checkers along the outside. This one, they got rid of the orange checkers, but they kept the little orange indices on the tachymeter, the second scale there. And I think that's a wonderful touch. They are not luminescent, but all of these printed indices along right next to them are. The hands glow as well. It does put on a show at night. I'll throw in a loom shot right here. You can see that tack is loomed, and then the hour indices, minute, and hour hand, as well as the chronograph second hand. And in fact, what we can do here is, let's see. And there you can see the chrono moving away. And so you can see how bright that was. We've got sunburst brushing all along the edges of that watch, up here in this face. Kind of a tono case to it, polished chamfers here, and what would be the lugs, these hooded lugs. And so you have kind of a flat end link bracelet there. High polish, or what was before I scratched it, on the edges there. And again down in the bottom here, and then a brushed side case, brush mid case there. Signed Omega crown, which you would expect. And on the case back, you get your Speedmaster case back. Column wheel, silicon balance spring, so it's amagnetic or anti-magnetic. Mark II. This is embossed. It's really nice. And you'll see this on all of the Speedmasters with a steel case back, as well as the Seamasters. That is the hippocampus from the Seamaster. There is another party trick. Well, there's a party trick with this watch, and that is the bracelet. And they've been integrating this into many more Omega bracelets, but the bracelet, which is really nice, very comfortable, fully articulated on the clasp. So it's a double pusher clasp, so push both these buttons to deploy it. There you go. There's that middle clasp. Inside there, you see it says push. And so this is a quick micro adjustment for this watch. So you push that little piece there. It's a lot like the Rolex Glide Lock, except you don't have to unclick it. You do just push on this button, and it gives you a number of options. Like the Rolex Glide Lock, it doesn't move after you've done that, so you will need to take it off and push it again. Some quick adjust watches, what you'll do is you'll pull it all the way out, you'll put the watch back on, then you'll push it once you're wearing it to get it to right where it's comfortable. This doesn't do that. This is you set it and it's stuck there. It's set right to where it should be. As you can see, again, I don't baby this, so this has got quite a bit of desk wear on it. It is a thick clasp, and so You know, if it's a thick watch to begin with. So if having a thick watch or a thick clasp is something that you're not comfortable with, you don't like, then this is definitely not the watch for you. If you want a Speedmaster and you want one that's a little different, that isn't some kind of limited edition run that the prices have been jacked up on for no reason, these are still available. There's been rumors that they are going to discontinue this watch. It isn't really in line with the rest of the Speedmasters in the sense that it's not an in-house movement. It is an older movement. You know, it's not the Moon watch. It's not ceramic. It's not any of the new high-end stuff that they're doing. But it is currently still in their lineup. You can go to an Omega boutique or anyone that sells any authorized retailer, and you can try this on. I would definitely advise you do that before purchasing because it is large. 100 meters of water resistance. I wouldn't take it swimming, but it's water resistant more than the Moon watch is, which is great. You know, I'm never worried about whatever washing dishes or getting caught in the rain or anything like that. It's not a concern of mine. Something Omega could have done that they didn't do is to put a color-matched date wheel in here, a gray date wheel. I mean, they could have even done something fun like orange numbers on the black instead of just the white, but they didn't. High polished sides on that bracelet, brushed top links. It is one of my favorite watches. It is the first sort of high-end watch that I ever purchased for myself. And so let's do this. Let's get a wrist shot. So there it is on wrist. You can see it's a big watch. It's comfortable though. I think the tonneau shape, you know, really makes it comfortable to wear. It's not going to fit under a cuff. This is not something you wear under a button-up or with a dress shirt. This is definitely a sports watch. This is a t-shirt or weekend watch. I mean, if you can roll your cuffs, I guess that you can do that, but this is a big watch. I'll just give you one last look here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as quickly as possible. And I'll throw up any stats that I missed here. Thanks for watching.